What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Burrow77 here with my two good friends. You know them, you love them. We got a young leg with us, and we got Nick Dianni here with us. And we are here to talk some Champions League football. It's already week one of Champions League season. Quickly, before we start, do you guys have any sort of futures plays you want to talk about?
Real Madrid.
Oh, whoa, no way, dude. You're going to take Madrid to win it all?
You know, want to hear a crazier one? Mbappe top scorer. I don't know. Just throwing him out there.
Crazy. I'm with Leg. I like Madrid at plus 800 over on FanDuel. We obviously see some new looks here from some different teams. Plus 600 is going to be your shortest odds on Liverpool, Barcelona. Arsenal is somehow more favored than us, which is a little whack. PSG,
I am always fine with that.
PSG is returning champs. They're sitting at plus 650, plus 700. Think you're getting some good value on Byron if you like Byron to come out of Germany at 12-1. And we'll see. Nick, as our Italian expert, who's going to be the top finisher in Italy out of this one?
Man, depends on schedule, but Juve looks kind of good right now. Out of the four, believe it or not, which I never thought I would say.
Hell yeah. All right, we're going to keep it moving right into this week. Let's start it off for Tuesday. We got the early match with Bilbao hosting Arsenal at the San Mames. I really want to get involved with Bilbao here somehow. I just think it's going to be really hard. Bilbao over the weekend looked like ass. They didn't play their best lineup. They rested Nico Williams, but they lost a derby at the San Mames, a Basque derby to Alaves. So I do want to see a stronger lineup of Bilbao here. The over-under at 2.5 at plus 105 is a way I might get involved with this, because even if Bilbao doesn't get me a goal, their defense has been kind of trash. I do expect this stadium to be jumping, but over 2.5 here at plus 105, I could potentially see Arsenal scoring 3. I like their team total over 1.5 at plus 100, and I like the both teams to score here at minus 115.
I'm with you 100%. You took all three. I think this is an over game. Like you mentioned, Bilbao didn't look good, but they were very clearly looking ahead to this one. And Arsenal's looked good. You hate to say it. You hate to see it. But I don't see them coming out game one. I know they're away, but I don't see them not putting in a good effort, getting a goal, potentially 2 or 3, like you said. Other one I'm looking at, your boy, Inaki Williams, shot on target plus 105. If he's starting, I was shocked to see a number like that.
Everybody on Bilbao, pretty much in that front four. Inaki plus number, Sanset plus number, Berenguer plus number, Nico Williams, if he's healthy and available to go, he'll be a plus number. So even if Bilbao isn't able to get us a goal, there's value on player props here just by anybody in their front four to put a shot on target.
I'm just really big on any Sunset props. Sunset is the guy. He steps up in the big moments for me. Anytime I'm watching Bilbao, that's my go-to guy. I pretty much let you guys go first because off rip, when I just looked at the game, I was like, okay, Arsenal money line in the under. So that's why I wanted to let you guys just go off. It is the San Mames, which is a tough place to go play. Arsenal plays pretty tough in Spain. They have a decent record in Spain. Not a lot of English teams can really say that. And Bilbao did look like ass. I think they were rotating for this game. I think they may have looked ahead a little bit too much, but Arteta is used to playing against Spanish sides because he played them his whole life. So I do expect Arsenal to take care of business. I would love to see more than 2.5 goals, but I don't know if I would put my money on it. I love your guys' energy for it, though. There's plenty of people that could go do it. I will say, is Odegaard fully healthy? I don't think Saka's healthy. Does that mean Martinelli's playing? Madueke looks all right over there, but it's going to be a player prop heavy game for me. But off rip, just on paper looking at it, I just immediately thought Arsenal on under.
And I think you're valid. And one of the things I want to caution is it's match week 1 of Champions League, like you said, Oaks. Like we don't need to get super heavily involved with money lines, right? Like there's 8 games to go, right, for all of these teams. there's going to be some traps, right? Arsenal money line -115. It looks super attractive. It's, the books kind of want you to fall into that trap. I'm not saying they can't win. I'm not saying they won't win, but is it a sure thing? No way.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously want to be involved with Bilbao here. I think they can get us a goal. I think I like the both teams to score at -115 a lot. I'm not going to try and dissuade anybody from taking Arsenal on the money line. It probably is the play. Just be careful. San Mames is always a very tough place for anybody to go on the road and play. But yeah, it's a combination of, we got a lot of funky results in all the leagues coming back from international break, and then with teams looking ahead to Champions League. But when you do start for Champions League, you want to start on the right foot, and you want to get all 3 points no matter who you are. So yeah, I'm with you guys.
I will say though, if the double chance floats to a plus number, it's going to be really hard not to bet on Bilbao at San Mames for a double chance at a plus sign. But we'll see what happens on game day.
I'm with you. Let's keep it moving. This is the other early game on Tuesday. We have PSV versus USG, Union St. Galois. And honestly, this one's on here mostly so we can talk about it's PSV season. Our boy Ricardo Pepe is back in the starting 11. He is coming off of a brace this past weekend where I believe PSV won like 5-1, maybe 5-2. But they hung up 5 over the weekend. Pepe's looking good. He's back in form. I love him for an anytime goal. Plus 145 over on FanDuel. Be sure to shop around. I didn't have time before the show to go get the best number, but there's a lot of nice player props here for PSV. I don't know nearly as much about this USG team as I used to. They are out of Belgium. This is where Victor Boniface was from. So this team has had a lot of turnover, but they do produce a lot of good talent that ends up moving up and moving on from the club.
Like, I feel like this is a carbon copy situation in the last game we just talked about, right? I want to say PSV money line. PSV at home are a monster. Like, should they win? Absolutely. But USG has been spoiler so many times in this competition in the past that I don't really know what to make of them. I'm with you. Pepe's on fire. I think, the over is obviously super juiced. To me, that's a great parlay piece if you want to throw it in with something else. I'm looking at Ivan Perisic. This dude is like, getting a little bit older, but he is a man reborn.
Last year's UCL stud.
Absolutely reborn. He's turned back the clock. Anytime assist plus 325 is kind of what jumped out at me for him.
I have complete confidence in PSV. I'm looking at PSV money line. I'm probably going to do PSV money line over 1.5. I like their team total. I think the over 1.5 for PSV at home. And this isn't me telling you they're going to beat the shit out of USG or anything, but they will score 2 goals for sure. So to see it at -160, like, again, PSV always handles business at home. They are a top-heavy team. Even their fullbacks, who are some of their best attackers, Serginho Dest is back and right back into form. It seems like they always just slot more players. Like, you saw a bunch of people leave. Lang left, Bakayoko left, Villarreal left. They immediately already filled those spots. Tillman's gone now. Immediately filled those spots, and PSV's attack is still just humming. So give me the team total and give me the money line.
Yeah, I'm with it. I like PSV, especially at home on the -120. The other guy I want to mention is Gus Till, playing kind of the 10 role there. He's really good. He can shoot. He can distribute. His to score assist sitting at plus 140 over on FanDuel. Another number I like there. Let's keep it moving on into Tuesday afternoon, where we have Juventus hosting Dortmund. Dortmund, I don't know what to make of them. Much like last year, this team is just not keeping consistent player rotations that I love. Juve is a whole new look side. They got rid of Kolomouani. They brought in Jonathan David. Somehow Dusan Vlahovic is looking really fucking good now. Juve coming off a massive 7-goal game in a win in the Derby d'Italia over the weekend. I don't know. I like both teams to score here. I think Dortmund's going to find a way to get me one. They typically do. I think -150 is a little bit juiced as a standalone, but it makes a nice parlay piece. I'm not sure the game gets to over 2.5. -125 is definitely not a bad number if you like 3 goals here, or if you're thinking Juve money line, I do think both teams score here, but I think that draw is a real runner at plus 255. It's not last year, so Juve is not starting off with 17 draws in a row. But look, Dortmund struggled a lot in Bundesliga last year. I think they fell all the way down to 10th on the table, and they still ended up in a UCL spot, turning it on at the end of the season after they fired their managers. So I'm going to need to see how everything fits here for Dortmund, but Yerrrrrrrr and Karim Adeyemi are 2 guys I immediately look at from there. I like the both teams to score. I'm not sure we find a winner here.
Yeah, I was going to just make sure I talked before Nick so I could just ask him if that under screaming at me right now in Italy, it looks legit. Nick, are we legit on this under? Because
Juve Champions League style Juve is definitely an under Juve. Like you said, 7-goal game, last game with Inter. I don't know that they could pull one of those in back-to-back. Their defenses looked good, prior to that game. And, their offense is good enough. So, listen, Juve hasn't lost yet. They've looked good. Plus 105 at home. You kind of have to take it seriously. I think the under, I'm right there with you. And if you do believe in Dortmund, which there's no reason not to in the Champions League, they're another team that's tried and tested, and they seem to get results when nobody believes in them in this one. Adeyemi was the guy you mentioned, just plus 425 anytime goal scorer is just a stupid number for him. Not saying it hits, but that's where I'm willing to take a shot.
Had an assist over the weekend when Dortmund scored 3. There's a lot of other guys I like here. I got one for you. Juve's struggled to score in the first half outside of the Derby d'Italia. What do we think about halftime draw here? Plus 120, maybe even a little 0-0 action going into halftime. That is Juve's typical MO. Come out, control the football, start the game slowly, go look to win it towards the end.
If you want me to be completely honest about this, I don't plan on betting against Dortmund at all in the first week because I got trapped against them so many times last year where they looked like dog shit in Bundesliga. And I think to myself, if you can't handle the Bundesliga, how you go in the Champions League? And then they somehow took themselves all the way to a final run in 2024 and somehow always competed last year, even though they looked horrendous. So that's why I was mostly looking at the under. If you're going to pick a side here, props to you. But besides the both teams, I'm at the point now where I might just bet 1-1 draw as a finish line, let alone the halftime being a draw, folks.
Something else I wanted to mention here. Sabitzer is a guy I like for shots a lot. He's going to be playing in the midfield and should be in charge of a bunch of the free kicks for them. Jonathan Brandt is the guy who's going to take a bunch of their corner kicks. So I never hate a Brandt assist as a standalone. The thing with Dortmund is they're not going to play like they are in Bundesliga, especially the first couple of games in Bundesliga. They were playing some scrubs. They were able to just get the ball into Yerrrrrrr, and he was having like 8 shots, I think, in the first game. I think he scored a hat trick in the first game. So you're going to be able to find guys in this Dortmund midfield and this Dortmund back line that are going to put up shots, and you're going to get some pretty good numbers on them with them being a road underdog here. We will keep it moving into Real Madrid versus Marseille, and I'm going to let Leg go first on this one.
Real Madrid minus 1.5.
That is
Wood broken leg. Mbappe goal, if you like minus 140 goal scorers, he doesn't really look like he's slowing down. If you wanted to go for an Mbappe win cast and keep it real chalky, Bernabeu is a tough place to play in the Champions League, but especially when they're actually all humming. Jude Bellingham is back in training. Camavinga is back in training. Endrick is back in training. So this is only the beginning. Put it that way. Again, the future is looking pretty good right now. And once Madrid loses a game, I will stop being so confident about it.
So, honest question I have for you guys. Do you see them giving up a goal?
Penalty kick. Actually, wait, that's not a league of refs. I don't know. No, not really. How's it going to be good?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's going to score here.
Is there an ex-Madrid player on Marseille?
See, like that's what I was going to say. I don't really see anybody scoring here for Marseille. I don't have a ton of confidence in Greenwood. I certainly don't have a ton of confidence in old-ass Aubameyang. You know,
he's done it before.
Yeah, I mean, I like Igor Paschal, former Feyenoord guy that we bet on a lot last year. I might take him for some shots or like a shot on target, but I could easily see Madrid keeping a clean sheet. Marseille team total under a half at plus 140. Not a bad look. But yeah, I'm with Leg. I think it's Madrid all day here. I think we can score 3. I really like Madrid to score in both halves. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this one.
All right. I was going both teams to score and over 2.5 just to try to cut down some of those total numbers. Cause I mean, I do think Madrid are obviously scoring multiple goals, but I think Marseille can get on the board. Just something.
Hold on. Let me just stop you for a second. I watched Lyon hold them to a 0.
Okay.
So if we can't hold them to a 0 at the Bernabeu, I will be a little bit disappointed. But this is Lyon, who was relegated a few months ago, but still somehow playing in League One, that held them to a 0.
I don't think one has to do with the other. I mean, I don't know. I think you come out in the Champions League, you got to kind of put all your balls out there on the field. So I don't know. I think if they get a goal.
Did we maybe give France too many Champions League spots?
Maybe. Oh, maybe. No question. But I don't know. I just Madrid's D can give up a goal. That's all I'm trying to say.
When?
I mean, we did have a red card last game, but
it was a penalty kick.
I really like Madrid to score in both halves at minus 118 here. The other thing that I'm going to keep reminding you guys is, especially with Rudiger out, Tchouaméni is going to be our main target guy on set pieces as far as corners and like free kicks goes. He is by far our most skilled guy in the air. So Tchouaméni to take 2 shots is plus 115 on FanDuel. I'm sure there's a better number out there, so shop around and go find it. But I like Tchouaméni for 2 shots, and I would be sorely remiss if I didn't mention that Vinny Jr. always shows up under the bright lights. So Vinny goal and Vinny assist is always very much in play here. I want to say he's scored or assisted in like 13 of his last 15 Champions League appearances.
Can I just chat shit one more time on Marseille? And if they do score, I'll look bad. Because they have absolutely no goals away from home this year, too.
Through 2 games? 1 game?
3 games.
Yeah.
3 games.
How many away games?
2. And they have no goals, and now they're going to play Real Madrid.
I was struggling to really find anything else to bet. So I was throwing in the fact that I think they could score.
We'll keep it moving to the final Tuesday game, which is Tottenham versus Villarreal. Again, I am a Spanish-heavy believer. I was a little bit mistaken on Villarreal. I think they had one eye on Champions League. Plus, it's La Liga. Anytime you go into Atleti, you're going to have a tough time with the refs being against you there. Atleti really struggles on the road, but hold it down at home. I think Villarreal still played pretty well. I think Pepe is absolutely on fire for them. I'm a big fan of Tejan Buchanan, the Canadian international, who's been playing in the midfield for them. I think there's some value here. I definitely like the both teams to score at minus 150. I'm still completely unsure on who Tottenham is. Yes, they did get a big win. What was it, versus West Ham, I think, over the weekend? Yeah, they won 3-0 away. West Ham didn't do themselves any favors by taking a red card, and the weather was just absolutely shit in London this Saturday, which made a ton of those games go 0-0. So Spurs definitely have an offense. Villarreal's defense is fucking atrocious. They cough up goals left, right, and center. I love the over 2.5 here at minus 130. I'm hoping somebody here can say something nice about Tottenham to talk me off of maybe trying to take Villarreal on the Asian handicap at plus 0.5. Give me a little double chance action at minus 110. Yeah, I like the Spanish squads here.
I dig it. I don't see a reason to take Tottenham money line in this one. They win, good for them. But I'm 100% with you on the total here. I think over 2.5 is the play for me. I also like, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, but the Georgian striker for Villarreal. I'm going to try to pronounce it. Mika Tudadze. Dude, that fucking They're forward. Plus 120 shot on target. I think that's just kind of a silly number for a striker playing against Tottenham.
Came over from Leg Squad Lyon.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Made him look good too.
Well, they were getting relegated, right?
Yeah,
they were, but then they didn't.
Then we didn't. That's why we're back. Still beat Marseille.
Leg, you got anything else you like in this one?
I think it's just a really disrespectful number to Villarreal, but then they just got their ass beat kind of by Atleti, so I decided not to put up that fight. But I just think favoring Tottenham this much in a Champions League match, like Pochettino left. Like, what are we doing here? But would love to see an over. Looks like a card-heavy game for me, but it's week 1, so we don't want to do that.
Right. We definitely got to figure these refs out a little bit before we start throwing in crazy card bets.
If you want a crazy prop, I would say Pedro Porro shot. Spanish.
I like that. Let's move on to some of the Wednesday games. We outside.